sound. We're live. Okay. Let me just
trying to pull up stuff.
Gotta pull it up. If anyone can see us, say hello. Boom.
See, I never know like when they can actually see us because the ads usually go. And so I'm just always just kind of like, I wonder like when it is when we're like official and live.
I'm creating a website. You think you already have a stunning website? That's cool. You're welcome.
Is that you?
Yeah.
I was just like, my ad is groceries and yours is like a website. I was like, this shouldn't be me.
Hello, everyone. Natalia will be with us shortly. She's feeding her cats, but she is here.
Hi, everybody. So excited to do a write-in on a Friday night. I'm excited.
And my vacation started. This is great. And I guess we'll start off by saying what we're working on. Should we do that?
I guess I will go first since Natalia is not here. So I am currently working on my book called Project New Orleans, or temporarily being called Project New Orleans. And so my goal for Camp Nano was to finish the second draft of my book while also finishing 2,400 minutes of working on my book. I am not sure if I'm going to actually win Camp Nano minutes-wise and also second draft-wise. So I'm kind of bummed, but that's okay because, I mean, look out for the... Why is it focused on Natalia? I wonder, like, because there's
it's bouncing around on my end.
Oh, it is on mine. Okay, now it's on you. But at first it was just nothingness over at Natalia's. Why is there's Natalia?
I think it's because Natalia's making noise.
Oh, okay.
My computer is playing some music back here. That's probably why.
It was all I saw was like your empty space in your office, and I was like, why is it focusing on you?
That must be why. We're live now, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Comments. Hi, everybody.
Did you finish what you were saying, Brooke, before you got distracted?
I got really distracted. Yeah, I'm not going to finish my second draft of my book, which that's okay. And we'll see if I finish 2,400 minutes. I doubt it's going to happen, but we'll see. So whatever happens. I think that's all I was leaving off on. Oh, and real quick, since it's still kind of on me, does anyone notice my new light?
I noticed it. It looks really cute.
Couch. Thank you. I wanted to bring in the purple vibes for whenever, like, I have the purple at my desk, and whenever I do live streams, I'm like, it's not purple, and I like the purple light, so that's what I wanted to do.
Natalia, would you like to tell us what you're working on today?
Uh-oh. Oh, wait. What's that? You just went silent for a second. I thought I lost you. What?
No, you're good. What are you working on for this write-in?
Okay. Well, one, I'm working on not being a hot mess because that's what I am currently. Two, I will be working on Pistol Daisy Book 1 edits. I've had an insane week, and I have not worked on Pistol Daisy since Friday, I think. So, yep, I'll be doing that. And I have no idea what's waiting for me because I haven't checked in on it in quite a while.
That's always
I need to have been up, like, doing lots of more of your, like, publishing house jobs.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Really busy.
And I'm just working on what?
I'm trying to open up the live on my screen, and it's just consistently spinning. And I know that, like, I can see the comments, but one of these moments it's just going to pop up, like, with the sound and frighten everybody. So I don't know why it's doing this, but it won't load for some reason.
It'll probably be an ad.
I hate it when that happens because it scares me. It's like, now I know what people say whenever, like, the timer goes off and it scares them. It's like, I understand now because the ads scare me always whenever they pop up on the other person's thing.
Does anybody know how to, like, mute one tab? of Google Chrome so that I could like mute this tab so that when that happens, it doesn't make sound?
I don't
know. I was about to suggest just muting the video, but you can't do that before you get the video. So I don't know.
Exactly, because it's still spinning, like so I can't push the mute button yet.
Oh, I just found a button. Hold on. Okay, let me just press. Okay. Are you? Oh, duh. Of course you're still there. So if you go to the comments area, there's those 3 dots at the very top of it. There's like this button that says pop out chat. Do you see it?
Aha, brilliant.
Close the other window. So then you literally just have the comments.
Ryan says right click on the tab and you can mute it.
Or that.
Brilliant. Thank you, everybody. Okay, I'm good to go now.
Woo!
Yay.
Yeah, sorry, we have to sometimes figure things out. And OMG, how are we going to figure things out next month whenever we're like doing the changes of the live show stuff?
There's this little tab on my end that says like Hangouts on Air is going away for quick stream. Try youtube.com/webcam. And it looks like there's 3 different ways to do it through YouTube. I just gotta like.
I know. I see that thing pop up every time, and I'm always like, I'll look at it later, and then I never get around to it.
Literally, I just opened the web page, and I was like, I'll look at that later. But when I did the pop out tab thing, I closed out everything else. So I'm like, oh, well, that was useless.
Well, you guys, I'm so happy that we all could get together. It looks like lots of familiar faces are here with us and everything. So I'm excited. I always like Friday write-ins because it's just kind of like, okay, end of the week, the workness is done. So now let's just relax with some meows in the background.
Meow.
I swear they're trying to sing a song or something.
Oh, what's that?
I swear they're trying to like sing songs or something.
I think so. He usually does it when he's done before he eats and after he eats. After he eats, it's like a celebratory song.
That's hilarious. Like whenever Moon's hungry, I'm just like, well, at least if I feed him, he'll shut up.
Yeah, Mew usually does too, but Tifa will just sing louder when he's done.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
Tummy.
Exactly.
Tummy.
Yeah.
So how is everyone feeling today? Do you feel like you guys are going to get a lot written?
I hope so. Ryan says he is sharing the song of his people. I think you're completely right. That's exactly what he's doing.
Well, Mandi, what are you doing? I always forget what your camp project.
I'm doing the same. I guess it's not that like old news yet, but the novel number 4.
What's the genre again? I forgot.
YA thriller or suspense. I really don't know what. Like, I have to really figure out what defines like which. It's the who done it if you know, or why done it if you do Save the Cat. It's a why done it novel.
Okay, that's fun though. I love like mystery books, and I wish I would read more of them because they're always just like you can't stop reading because you're like, I want to know everything.
If you need suggestions, let me know because I've got like a shelf.
That's definitely not a genre I've read much of. I don't know like the first thing about how to structure a story like that.
It's just so like I do admit there are some like depending on the story, like there are some times that you're just like, how do we even think of that? Like some authors do such a good job.
You guys, Irene's face on here, she actually already won Camp Nano. That's amazing.
And
so twice the awesome.
Wait, what's twice the awesome?
She had finished her Camp Nano goal and her book.
Dang, congrats. Yeah. That's amazing.
Talk about
I've never done that before where you finish your book in the same nano month that you finished your poll. I think that would be like heaven on earth to like have that be a thing where you finish both.
I think that for she's not here, but I wasn't really finished because I skipped writing the beginning. Oh. Yeah.
I've never done that. I'm definitely a linear writer. I don't jump around like at all.
Oh, I was just like, well, technically I didn't skip the beginning, but I had started writing it one way and then like 5 chapters in decided to change the book completely. So instead of restarting from the beginning, I just kept going.
Oh, okay.
So like the whole first part of the book did not match.
Yeah.
Were you guys ready to write? It looks like we've kind of waited for lots of folks to show up and stuff. I'm still like really adjusting to this back brace thing. Natalia, I don't know if you were on yet or not, but I'm like wearing this back thing.
Is that like for posture?
It's supposed to
I need one of those.
Yeah, I got it recently because I've been having back issues.
Yeah,
and while I
heard that in your vlog.
Yeah, and while I went to the chiropractor, he was like, "You're having lots of weird funk stuff up here," and he was like, "You're gonna have he was like, "You need to like correct that." And so I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll buy one of those things."
I want one. I sit terribly because what I'm sitting on right now, it has no back on it. Because if I put the back on it, then it like takes up the whole background of my video.
Right.
So when I sit at my desk, I can't even like sit back and recline. So I just like lean further and further forward, and it's terrible. Yeah.
That would be hard.
I want to get a standing desk. I feel like I do so much better with one of those.
Yeah, I had one of those for like what, a year and a half, I think, because I used to film all my videos standing at it. I just noticed after a while that I would get like fatigued, or if I came home and I was tired, I wouldn't want to stand there and work because I was tired. So then I was like, I'm not going to do anything. So that's why I decided to put mine down. But I love standing desks typically.
I
or it's both. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I want to get one of those for like my full-time job because my like I sit on my feet because I have scoliosis, so naturally my hips are actually like so I tend to sit on my foot, so I'm like this. It makes a bad situation worse.
Yeah.
But let's start the first sprint.
Okay, let's do it.
Or I guess we should say, let's figure out what we want our first sprint to be. How you guys?
I'm good with whatever.
I need numbers. 10 minutes or 15 minutes. That's what it's going to come down to.
I vote 15.
15.
Ooh, well, let's
go with other people say. But Natalia, we got it. We got each other.
I see 13, 10 or 15, 12, 10, 15. Natalia, you're not allowed to vote. This is exactly why. I see a lot of 15s for some reason.
For some reason.
Your comment got hidden, Brooke.
It did?
Yeah, I guess you thought it was spam. That's okay. I appreciate it.
That's so funny because it doesn't show for me that it was spam. That's funny.
Oh, really?
I promise I wasn't trying to spam anybody or cuss anyone out. Why
don't we do 15 minutes?
Look at all those 15s.
I know. And a random 25 that I accidentally
are making it very difficult to count.
I always like the ones like Peyton Weber's where it's 11.37. I always appreciate those.
Okay, we'll just do 15.
Yay!
So much for I'm okay with whatever. Thanks for saying.
That's quick to change. So we're doing 15, right?
Yes.
Okay. Bumping it up to 15. Okay.
Wait. Can I assign you a word count goal?
Oh, crap load. I'm so nervous now.
I feel like you're.
I think that's so good to do, but it makes me so like, oh, I have to like.
I like it because it makes you right.
Yes, word count goal for Brooke. Do it.
Okay. 150.
Okay. For 15 minutes, that's doable.
I think it is too.
We'll see.
Okay,
How
guys.
about a range? Like, since it's a warm-up, you could do like 100 to 150.
Okay. All right.
A little bit more friendly.
Yeah. We'll do warm up friendly.
And then if I go over 150, that means I'm the queen of the night.
Over 150, I'll like mail you chocolate or something.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
I see you in a week. I'll give you chocolate.
Okay, it is on.
Woo-hoo. Okay. All
Okay.
right. I'm good.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm ready. I have to mute myself.
I was waiting for y'all to mute because I knew you wouldn't want that to be on you. Okay, everybody, we are about to start in 3, 2, 1. Did it go? It's going! Okay, good luck, everyone. Oh no, hold on. Okay.
Any day now.
I was like trying to unmute my thing and I was like, oh wait, I'm already unmuted. And then like, oh wait, I need to like turn this off. Anyway, yay! I made goal!
Yay!
Woohoo!
Let me see the official count. I kept checking because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
I got 190 something.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is good. I don't know how much I got. I read over the ending of chapter 8 because I realized that I actually haven't worked on it since a whole week ago, 7 whole days. So I spent like 5 minutes reading over that, and then I started on chapter 9. And I'm feeling good, so I'm excited about tonight.
Yay! I'm excited for everybody. Yay! I had just looked at the count because I remember Natalia said 100 to 150, and I did 129.
Yay!
So
that's good.
I'm expecting that chocolate. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to
bring chocolate. I've got Reese's. I bring it.
I'm just kidding. I'm not expecting you to give me chocolate.
Well, I can't guarantee whether or not it'll make it the plane ride, whether that be because I ate it or because you loved it.
No, really, don't worry about it. I was totally just kidding you. But how did everyone else do?
How does Tracy write that many words?
Tracy, are you pulling our legs? Are you serious?
I know she sits at her computer and she's like, hey, let's see what their reaction is to say this.
I'm curious. That's crazy. 15 minutes?
Although, not necessarily crazy because Chris Fox has his book 5,000 words per hour. So honestly, at that rate, she could totally do 5,000 words an hour. I would love to figure out how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think, because when I do my 10K writing challenges successfully, they will add that the one this time did not go well. I was tired. But when I can do 10K one day, I'm constantly typing. Like, I don't let myself stop. So I honestly can't see myself physically being able to write 5,000 words in 1 hour.
I really want to get his book, that book. I haven't yet, though. So I have no idea what his tips are.
Is it on audiobook?
That's a good question.
Because I would totally get if it was on audiobook for sure.
It's like,
that'd be amazing.
It's the world's quickest read. In fact, I got the book for free when I subscribed to his newsletter.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Christian Michael commented, "Is Tracy a robot? Laugh out loud." Ryan Medina says Tracy cheats. Tracy, we know you're awesome. We're just having fun with you, by the way. Look at Tracy. Well, that was a bit slower than usual. I'm kind of tired today.
oh my God.
That's great.
Tracy, I want to know how your editing goes because I know you write fast, but what about the editing process?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good question.
Ooh, Charlie's asking, do you use the Comic Sans hack? I haven't.
I haven't either.
What about you?
I'd like to try. I've never tried it. I think it's because hold on. I was going to try it, and then I started to like slowly type a little bit with it, and I was like, this is annoying because it doesn't look, it just looks so bizarre to me. So it's not like it's cursive or anything like that. It just looks different than what I'm normally to where it's just like jarring. I don't know. So I just like always go back to normal.
I don't know if that would work or why it would work. Like, I think I watched Kevin's video on it, Kevlandia, but because it's like my brain is still my brain. Like, if I can't come up with ideas, Comic Sans isn't going to help me with my ideas.
I think it's supposed to make you feel more casual about it and less pressured. And Annie, the book is called 5,000 words per hour. I tried to.
I was about to ask you, Mandy. I was like, I know it's something with 5,000 words.
Yeah, and it's by Chris Fox. But yeah, the theory behind it is that it's supposed to feel less pressure. Or I think, you know how like when you're writing, like changing where you're physically sitting kind of helps. I think just changing to any font in a way would help. Like a font that's enough change that it looks different.
Right.
Like,
I wonder.
Like,
oh, and
Times New Roman to Arial probably won't help all that much.
I have found, I mean, this doesn't really have to do with font, but personally, if I work from home a lot. When I'm writing, I'm almost always at home. But if I take my laptop and I go to the library or I go to like Barnes & Noble or something, I get so much more work done. So that's something to try. If you guys are stuck, maybe but because I think I take it more seriously when I go out in public.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I have to sit
to work.
Yeah, exactly. I can't like get up and go watch TV or get up and go play with the cats. Like I have to sit there. That's the whole purpose of being there. So it really helps.
Kumiho Beauty had said that Comic Sans is just to hack that. It's to keep you from deleting your words because the font is so ugly that you don't want to look back at it. I really think I've heard that before too, where that honestly makes sense because it's just like, oh, ew, gross type of thing. It's like, I don't want to look at it. And that's exactly like why you would probably just go, I don't want to even like look at what I just wrote. Let's just keep going. So I bet that is kind of the way of the hack working and stuff.
I mean, maybe the three of us could do like a collab on that. I know we have that other collab that we still want to do. But maybe that is a collab too.
We kept getting busy, so
I know, right? This month has been ridiculous.
We like push it off till September, but we were supposed to do it in like March.
Right.
There's a collab coming, guys.
Yeah.
This year, hopefully.
Happening. ... Eventually.
Oh yeah, that was
Blackjack win. Blackjack, I don't know if I saw your comment. I don't know.
real.
I went to Luna just now, and and it's your birthday.
Woohoo!
Come on. Well, happy birthday and happy winning. That's great.
What a great birthday present.
And Matthew, I hope you're feeling okay. I saw Matthew Staples is in the hospital because he has a fever. I hope it's like to where you're gonna be getting back on track and stuff, hopefully.
I forgot I'm the host of this, huh?
I've just been recently going like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm so neglectful sometimes of the comments because we are so chit chatty where it's like, okay, I need to focus. It's like sometimes it's like we do focus, and sometimes it's like, hold on, crap. Ooh, Teresa said it is an audiobook.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I want it. I want it now.
I use Scribd for my audiobooks because it's only like $9 a month, and I can listen to all of them.
I still have not used that whole, you know how all the booktubers do like a free Audible affiliate thing?
Oh shoot, yeah.
I have not used that yet. And if you have many emails, can you like use a free Audible affiliate from each of them?
Yeah,
emails from
my postman, he does that because he listens to audiobooks as he's driving around delivering mail. And so this is at work who I talk to, not at my apartment. But he says that he listens to audiobooks all the time and that he just is always coming up with like stupid emails just so that he can free audiobook.
That's awesome. I love it.
Oh my god, that's like so much effort.
It is. That is a lot of effort.
Use something like Brooke Passmore 1111 at gmail.com, and then the next one is Brooke Passmore 2222 at gmail.com. I don't know. You come up with something stupid to where you're keeping track of like the count. But maybe Audible would like go, wait a minute, this is too sketchy.
They might. I wonder.
You have to probably get creative and stuff.
I don't know. I think companies just don't pay, like companies that are that big don't pay attention.
That is true.
Like I
use that's cheaper than Audible. What's cheaper than Audible?
What do I use? I use Scribd. It doesn't have all the audiobooks, but it has like a lot of them.
Still cool to look up though. Scribd.
I think that
How you spell it?
Because if you ever look at my Goodreads, I'm always reading 2 books at once. One is an audiobook, the other one's like a physical book. And sometimes if I have 3 books, that means I'm also reading an ebook, and the ebook I read when I forgot to bring my book. Yeah.
I love audiobooks so much.
And then I've heard, was it Libre? I've heard people talk about too.
I've only ever used my library, so I have no idea.
Yeah,
I just listened to Harry Potter on repeat. Like I've gone through the series on audio book probably like 3 times now. This is going to be my 3rd time finishing the series.
I was so mad. I went to see if Twilight was on Scribd, and it's not. Because
I have a good question, you guys. Eva Wrights asks, are any of you going to make your books into audiobooks?
No.
I would
like to.
I've thought about it for sure. But I don't. I think eventually I will.
I think it'd be awesome to do. I just like I have not watched any of the videos that other creators have put up about how to do audiobooks. Like I'm pretty sure Jenna Moresi has one and Chris Fox has one, but I haven't watched them, so I have no idea what goes into the process of it. But
you need to buy the right equipment and stuff for it too.
Yeah. And I think both of them hire it out. They pay somebody else to do it.
Right. If that was the case, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you all want to do another sprint here?
Yeah.
Not trying to take over, Mandi. I just was like going, oh wait.
No, go for it. I hate hosting. I hate being responsible. What do you guys want to do for sprints? Are we stepping it up a notch? We got to do at least 20 minutes now.
Yeah. I say like 25.
I say let's around that much, but yeah, like what do you all think?
Let's let the people decide. Dun dun dun. That awkward moment where we just
Ryan says, if you want the audio version of my book, I'll come to your house and read it to you. Like author for hire.
Where you have the best humor.
Pay me $100 and I'll come to your house and read to you.
Right. Oh, you'd have to pay me more than that. Oh my gosh.
And
I'll read this book to you as I played my like hardcore like Celtic fairy music.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's perfect.
Oh, I haven't been looking at the numbers.
They're between.
A lot of people seem to say 20.
Yeah, why don't we do 23? So
I like that.
If you want to do 20, you can push your envelope. All right, so we'll do 23. Natalia, what should we make Brooke write?
Let's see. So she was able to do about 120 in 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. So I think we should bump her up to like between 150 to 250.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm like, pressure on me, like it works, but I'm like, oh, I'm so nerve-wracking.
You can do it. You can totally do it.
I'm gonna set a goal for myself for this sprint. So what are we're doing 23 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of you should have your own goals.
I like this. I think this is what we call accountabilities, because sometimes I get distracted by Google. And with that said, I'm going to say that in 23 minutes, I'm going to write 400 words.
Nice.
Maybe.
Okay, I have to choose a goal of pages, like pages to edit. So my,
Could you like
say,
Could you do like 8 or 9? Or is that too much?
I feel like that's too much. I feel like I'm going to go for 5.
Okay. Yeah, that seems
5 pages.
I just remember there was one time where you had said 8, and I forgot like how long of a sprint we were going. Maybe that was like a 30-minute one.
It was a 5-minute sprint. She's a fast editor.
She lightning reads.
You're right. Oh my gosh! Like I've been doing a copy edit for a client, and I shock myself with how slow I am. Like I can probably only do 2 pages an hour when I'm doing a copy edit.
Well, I feel like it's different if you have a client though, because you're wanting to be accurate and more so precise. Mm-hmm. You're wanting to be that way too for yourself.
Yeah.
But when it's a client, you're like, okay, focus mode.
Yep.
Slowing down if need be.
I'm like so tedious, and I like double check any single word that could potentially be used like out of context. I go to Merriam-Webster and I check it. I check everything so carefully, so it takes a lot of time.
Oh my god, that's intense. I hate editing with a passion.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's like it frees my mind because it's like, okay, for me it's like black and white. either this is the right word or it's the wrong word. Like this is correct or it's not. So it's nice.
I feel so much more creative whenever I'm editing. I do feel whenever I'm writing.
Bethany did that. Well, I had a few people like do proofreading for book sales that multiply, and then I gave it to Bethany, and I thought for sure she wouldn't find like much of anything because other people didn't find many stuff. Oh my God, this girl pushed me so much.
Did she find a lot?
Oh, she found a lot, and like some of it was like, yeah, it would have been fine, but she's good at like pushing you.
Yeah.
Like being like, hey, this is okay, but this is better.
Yeah.
It's like this love-hate relationship thing where you're like, oh, this is really good that you're pointing this out, but you're also like, I don't feel like doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I felt like whenever I was beta reading Natalia's books, both books I beta read for you, I felt like I would find like a stupid little extra space and I would delete it. And I'm like, she's probably like, Brooke, you're so tedious.
No, I love it. Like I loved that because it's super helpful. Like any little tiny tedious mistake that can be found, I'm grateful for.
I was just like, she's probably like, oh, okay, or something. Okay, so I'm gonna bump the timer to 23. Okay, and what was my goal? I forgot.
Between 150 to 250, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that works. Can everyone see this okay?
Yeah. Okay, I guess I should mute myself now. Okay, bye.
Bye. Let's see. Okay. Yes, Charlie, we're sprinting. So 23 is like, phew. Sorry, I'm reading a comment. Bro and sis are about to walk in the. Oh, I thought they were talking about this bro. That's funny. About to walk in there, they're going to have to deal with it.
Now
okay, sorry, I'm done reading a comment. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Okay, y'all ready? Set. Go. And I'm muting the screen. Bye. Hold on. I have to turn off my music.
Oh my god. I look up and all I see is like some random corner of your apartment and the timer on a stick.
I was like, I'm not gonna make goal, and I'm out of my mocha, so why not go get some more?
I blew my goal out of the park.
Nice.
I got 594 words.
Dang, that's good.
That's awesome. Good job.
I only wish I'd written 6 more words.
to make it even.
Yes.
I almost hit my goal. I edited 4.5 pages.
There we go.
So I'm close.
Now you guys did good.
Do. And everyone who's watching, if you made a goal, let us know if you got your goal, or just let us know what your word count was for that one.
Come on.
I got an intense scene. There was a blowout between 2 family members. You know, it was fun.
Oh, did shit go down?
Oh, shit went down.
Hard. Let's see here. Oh, Charlie Cummings. It was Star Wars. I was in a Star Wars mood, so I was listening. I think it was Across the Stars. I think that's the song title of it. I love that one. But yeah, everyone did really good. Feather Hell. Oh, I thought I saw 4,971, but it was 497. That's still good. That is still good. Do not get me wrong. I just was like, whoa, that's a lot of words. And Tracy, of course, got over 2,000.
How's everyone feeling about their work in progress? Do they hate it? Do they love it?
I'm feeling so much better.
Good.
Today, at least. Oh my god. The past 2 weeks were terrible. I was like in a constant mode of overwhelm and frustration. But today, as I'm like reading over stuff and editing, I'm really happy with what I have written. Like this draft I'm working with. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. And now I know the character so much better that I'm having fun adding little details. Because I'm like, oh, Daisy would totally say this here, or she would totally do this thing. And I didn't necessarily know that, months ago when I finished this draft. So I'm having fun with it.
You're doing Pistol Daisy book 1 or 2 today? I forgot what you said.
Book 1, yeah. So I'm on chapter 9 out of 18 in book 1, and I want to completely finish editing this before I move on to book 2.
Man, I'm so happy though that you're doing that, so that way you're like, okay, now I know, like for sure that this is what I'm wanting the direction to go in for these not newer scenes, but these edited, re-looked at versions of what you had.
Yeah, and I think like the community that we have makes me feel so much better about everything I'm doing. Like, it's really nice to watch other people's writing blogs and to be constantly reminded that everybody is at a different stage in their writing. It takes everybody like a different amount of time to complete a draft. And I'm so used to just rushing myself, or maybe not rushing myself, but like literally working myself to the bone until like, 9 o'clock every single night, up at 7 in the morning. And I'm learning that it's okay to just go slow and like rest and relax when I need to. And I was I was watching Bethany's vlog yesterday, which I loved. I watched it all the way through. I was like on the treadmill at the gym, and I watched it for 40 minutes straight. But she was talking about how, she was working on book 4 of her series, and it made me feel good. Like, okay, I've only written books 1 and 2, and she's just now getting ready to publish The Stolen Kingdom, and she's already almost finished, the whole series. So it's like, I'm good. I don't need to rush. I'm fine.
Yeah, that girl is like, she's amazing. Like, I can't imagine. She's done so much.
Because, like, didn't she have to have written, like, all of those books within just, like, a year? Because she had, like, I mean, she had just gotten done with The Stolen Kingdom whenever I was beta reading for it. She's like, oh, my gosh. She had to just, like, bam, 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 bam. That's crazy.
She wanted to write the whole series before she even published the first book.
I mean, honestly, I feel like
That's the way to do it, because then you can, like, as a self-publishing formula, like, that's the best thing to do, because that way your audience doesn't have to wait a year for the next book.
Yeah.
Right. And then you're also able to be like, okay, now that I'm on the 4th book, I need to drop this hint in the 1st book or the 2nd book. You're able to drop things that you didn't know were going to happen and whatnot. And so I feel like that's so smart. I would love to do that with my Project New Orleans books. I feel like right now it's going to be a trilogy, and I would love to do it that way. I just need a freaking, I think I said this last time to you guys, I just need a freaking sit down and bloody write the thing. So that way I can keep moving forward and everything. It just is like, the dedication and the routineness is, I feel like, is definitely what makes everything happen. Like, anyone can write a book. You just have to physically do it and everything. It's not like if you have the skill to do it. It's like you just have to actually put words to it.
Like, you could suck at writing, but if you're determined enough to keep rewriting and editing, you get good at it.
Right, because I feel like whenever I'm writing, I hate writing the first draft. It's so I can't put any like detail into everything because you don't know what all will happen. So that's the part that I hate about it, and so that's why I'm always wanting to edit and re-edit as I go.
I actually sat down and I want to have this book published before BookCon of next year.
Oh, yay, that's exciting.
So I actually sat down and made like a publication plan, because I've never published a book this fast before, like a fiction book.
Yeah.
It normally takes me at least 2 years, usually more than that, to publish a book, like to write it and publish it. So I'm trying to finish this first draft by like mid-September, the latest.
That's good.
Which right now, I have a lot of work ahead of me.
Now, is this a standalone? Because I know you normally do like standalone fiction books.
Yeah, it's standalone. I have yet to figure out the series thing. I don't enjoy reading series that much anymore, so I don't have the drive to write a series.
Hold on. Oh my gosh.
Great face.
Don't look at my face. Oh my gosh. Ow.
No, breath. Improve your posture.
I'm free. Free. But wait, look at this. Huh?
What are you doing?
Yeah?
Oh, you're
straight. I mean, I'm forcing it to happen. This is like how I want to be.
Did I tell you guys, me and Phil have an inversion table?
Oh, that's so cool. My uncle used to have one when I was a kid, and I would play on it all the time.
Oh, it's that thing where you like lock in your ankles so you can go upside down. It's really good. Phil has he has, I think it's either 2 pinch discs or slip discs, but he's had this like back injury ever since he was a kid. So nothing helps except like the inversion table, kind of the weight off, and it helps because right now the discs are like squished. So when you do the inversion table, it kind of helps stretch them and relieve it. But yeah,
I feel because my dad used to have one, and that really helped him out too. It's so interesting of like how it's funny to be like the first guy to come up with that table idea. Be like, okay,
strap your legs
in. People, I just released that. What if I flipped people upside down? Huh? Yeah. Idea.
Just do it. Trust me. I mean, there's weird things. Like, I always like to think back. For whatever reason, the only thing that I can think of right now is Sweeney Todd, the miracle elixir. Like,
where they people to like go down the chute or something.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. But there's like this one thing where this dude's trying to like sell something. And he's like, it'll make all your hair grow or blah, blah, blah. And Sweeney Todd comes up. He's like, it smells like piss.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
Oh, my God.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it's such a good movie. It's so good. I can't watch it, though, because when I watch it, I end up singing the songs all week long.
I got
Peggy, hi.
Huh?
Peggy's here, so I was waiting.
I think I saw Jessie in here earlier. I don't know if she stuck around though.
Oh, really? I didn't see her.
She came in during a
earlier. Huh?
Jessie was here during a sprint, but I don't know if she's still here.
Oh, I missed it.
Jessie had said, "Hey, I made it," and I said, "Who let you in?"
I saw that.
Me and Jessie have like such good banter back and forth with each other. We're so snarky, but we both know that we're just teasing. It's just funny.
Sorry, I keep hiccuping. Did we want to? Oh yes, Jamie Campbell Bower is in that movie. I actually don't prefer him. I don't. He's a good actor, but like, I don't know.
Oh, it's that guy who looks weird. His face
he has like an extremely chiseled face.
He looks sickly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of his whenever he was cast as Jace from Immortal Instruments. Not that I've read the books, but I just was like, this is the guy they chose? I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan. I'm sure there's other people who like him, but I don't know.
Well, a lot of people also didn't like Robert Pattinson for Twilight, so.
That's true. And here I am, our Pattinson fan, so.
Okay. All right, peeps. Why don't we try for one more sprint?
Cool.
What do you want to do? Do we want to do
only one more?
What?
Only one more sprint?
I only say only one more because I actually have a whole bunch of people at my house right now.
Oh.
And Phil wants me to meet them because they're some of his coworkers.
That makes sense. Well, it's almost half past right now, so if we did one more long one, then we could probably finish up with just a little bit of chatting and questions and then wrap it up.
That's what I was thinking. At least 25 minutes.
I'm good with that.
I'm still mad about Robert Pattinson. I switched to Team Jacob. Oh my god.
Man, I used to be so Team Edward, and now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, I still think Robert Pattinson is hot, but dude, in the movies, it is so bad of how. I mean, everyone said it. It's a very toxic relationship.
He's super creepy in the movie.
Yeah, it's funny how we still like go back to that though, as like.
Is it bad if I was like okay with it? I don't know why. Like I shouldn't be, but. Like,
I think it's okay. Like it's one thing to like perpetuate a relationship like that, but it's another to enjoy the trope in a story.
Yeah.
I can understand that for sure. Yes, Chelsea Davis, I agree. He was really cute in Goblet of Fire. Like that's whenever it was like, who is this British guy?
You know, like what is it? Alex Petfiller or whatever. All you got to know is he's blonde, like curly hair, Australian, I believe. I'm not sure if he's Australian or British, but he's got abs.
Who that is? I've heard that name, but I don't know what his face looks like.
He was
in also Magic Mike, and he's a really good dancer.
How did I train my cat? I didn't. I've tried very hard to train him to walk on a leash and it's not going well. But he just started playing fetch on his own. That's just my cat. I don't know if that's even what you were talking about. And but the floppiness, if that's what you are talking about, that's just him. I don't know why he's like that. It's a defect.
I think that is probably what they meant because you always flop him like so well. Like he just is like whatever. It looks like he's like Thriller or something.
You're looking the wrong way.
Now, did you guys want to start the sprint and stuff?
Mm-hmm. I don't know
how long y'all are wanting to go.
On 25?
I'm good at 25.
Okay. As long as the audience. I see 1 20-minute, but I need like a full approval.
Ryan, can we talk about the creepy factor that he's a 100-year-old vampire creeping on a 17-year-old girl?
I'm not creeped out by that. Although I don't know. I still adore the movies and the books.
I know, I do too, but I feel like the creepiest thing that Edward does with Bella is going to her house, watching her sleep without her realizing it. That's the worst, I feel like, for sure.
I hate, like, if Phil's on his phone and I'm trying to sleep, I hate it, not because he's on his phone, but because I tend to sleep with my mouth wide open.
Oh, me too. I'm such a mouth breather. Oh my God.
And I'm just embarrassed about it, so I like sleep on my side just so he doesn't see how ungraceful that looks.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, David Campbell was in Twilight. He was one of the Volturi, right, Jessica?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Doug wants to know about litter box training. Doug, cats naturally pee and poop on dogs. Right? Like, from what I've experienced, they, like, Moon, when he came from a farm, and he lived in the little bathroom when we got him, and he didn't pee for, like, a day because he didn't know where the litter box was until we physically plopped him in it, and then when he finally, like, released, you could see the relief on his face.
Well, and I think mother cats typically teach their babies.
Oh, okay. Is that how it works?
I believe so. I mean, I'm sure that there's some that don't get that training, but as far as like domesticated house cats, I feel like the mom kind of shows them.
Yeah, because I've only ever heard of cats not going in the litter box if they're like pissed at you or marking their territory. And
Right.
Did we say 25?
Yeah, I think I missed that window of whatever was going on. Yeah, we'll do 25. My goal is going to be 600 words.
Nice.
Brooke, your assignment is 300 words.
It's so bad, you guys. It's so bad. That sounds good, though. Also, by the way, Fanny earlier, I wanted to comment on this. She said the creepiest thing is Jacob imprinting on Renesmee.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
I used to think it was so cool, and now I'm older. I'm like, it's so weird.
I mean, just the whole, like, Bella is the most unmaternal person ever. And then there's the whole second half of Breaking Dawn. It's just like, this is weird. Like, to me, as an avid fan, I was not okay with it. Because you go from this teenager book to, I want to be a teen mom. And I'm like, I don't know. I found that weird.
Yeah. It's like she didn't know how to write that fourth book or something. So they just went with a totally crazy idea.
Or it was almost like she was writing her own fan fiction that this is how she wanted the series to end.
Yeah, maybe, for sure.
Yeah.
See, I never, I know we're eventually going to start, you guys, I promise. See, I read only the first half of Breaking Dawn, and it was like, once Bella became a vampire, I started to get really bored. And so I just was like, I'll just finish the story by watching the movie. And so whenever the fight at the end happened, I thought it was all legit. And so seeing Carlisle with his head in being held by the I know. I know it doesn't happen. Like that, like none of the fight happens. But like when that happened, I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening.
And I was pissed. I'm like, how dare they do this? And then I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, that's better than what it would have been. I mean, what would they have even shown in the trailers? The trailers were all about the big fight, you know? It's like, what would they have shown, like, for the final movie? It would be so boring. Oh, sorry, Jessica. I hope everyone knows what happens in Twilight.
If you haven't seen it by now and you still planned on seeing it, well, then that's too bad. It's funny.
It's funny. She's like, oh my gosh, Brooke, spoilers.
Dude, I'm sorry. He's scratching. Okay. All right. We already. Yeah.
We get so distracted. Okay, I'll let you guys mute here.
And I'll mute. Oh shoot, that's not the right button. Don't
hang up on the Google Hangout and stop the thingy.
At least I don't hang up at the end.
I only did that once. It was by accident. I didn't mean to. Okay, Mandy's muted. Okay, everybody, we are going to start right now. I'm muting the screen. Last sprint, everyone, good luck.
You
You
good?
guys, I thought I was unmuted, and so I'm like talking, and I'm like, do Natalia and Mandi not know we're not done? And then I'm like, oh, the mute, it's on.
Oh my god.
Derp, derp.
I went to the desk because it was funny to me, and then I was like, oh wait, I'm totally scaring the crap out of them probably right now.
What's up with your lights? It's like a party back there.
Yeah, I started having fun with people in the comments because I was like, ooh, I'm gonna change the lights real quick. And then Monique was like, can you push a random button? And so then I did the changing of the lights button. And then who was it that said, Zoe Novus, the writer, said, oh, the horror.
Oh my god.
I love the colors. They're fun.
Yeah, I like them too. I literally just put them up before the live stream because I had gotten them today.
I do like the color changing. I think that's fancy.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fun. It's kind of distracting though. Stop it. Hold on. Because this is also
in your apartment at night when you're bored, just
I know. Just my own little dance party to myself.
All right, I'm gonna see how many words I got.
I finished chapter 9.
Ooh.
Yay! I'm officially halfway done. Granted, it's what, the 26th, so I'm quite behind. Oh well.
Anything is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, where did I leave off? Oh, there.
You guys, I like totally failed at my goal.
Yeah, I gave you. What was your goal? I gave you 300.
I think so. Well, like, okay, so I started off the sprint. Okay, so rewind. The previous sprint that we had done, my Google Docs like froze. And so I was like, whoa, what just happened? And so I refreshed the screen. And as I refreshed the screen, like something had popped up saying you may have lost, like by refreshing the screen, you may have lost work or something like that. And I'm like, what? It's Google Docs. That shouldn't happen. And then for this sprint, I pull up the Google Docs screen and I'm like, where did my words go that I just typed? And so some of my work that I had done for the previous sprint disappeared because of my scores. And I was just like, dude, Google Docs is not supposed to do this to where you lose stuff. So the entire sprint, I'm just chatting it up with people in the comments. So I was like, you guys, I'm going to get in so much trouble after this is done because I wasn't writing at all.
You don't get your candy anymore.
No chocolate for you.
It's so sad.
I want to guess how much I wrote.
I totally took you away from that.
What?
I guess 600.
A lot more.
More?
I got 770.
That's amazing. Good job.
For all the terribleness that was my 10K challenge.
That's really good.
That's awesome.
Accomplished.
Woot woot, Mandi, woot woot. Well, yay! It looks like lots of other people did pretty good too.
Wait, so Brooke, did you get any writing done?
I probably got like 10 words.
What?
It was bad. It was bad because I just was like going screw it. Because I was telling them, I was like, anytime that I've like lost words in some shape or form, I just am like, okay, in retaliation, I just won't write, and it's not helping myself out at all. But it's my way of coping. You know what I mean? So.
Oh my god.
What other color should I do? Here's pink. Is that like too pink?
It looks the same as the purple to me.
Am I matching my shirt?
Oh, a little bit. It's so fancy.
Fancy. Yeah, Monique said Brooke was partying with us during that sprint.
You're making everyone bad. If you keep them occupied in the comments, they don't write.
Yeah, Charlie is actually. Oh, Charlie just said, Mandi, Brooke is in the minus numbers words. Wait, did I say that weird? Is in minus numbers words. Well, because I literally lost words, so really I am in the negative right now for that last sprint. So, oops.
I like how Monique bitter against the words, like how she put an E. Words.
Words.
I feel like when you say it, you have to say it with a fake words.
Word.
I was asleep for every other sprint. That was me during the 10K challenge.
Did you do a vlog for that challenge this past weekend?
Oh, I did. There just wasn't a lot of writing. I vlogged.
I like that you titled it "Me Trying to." What was it that you titled? I forgot what you titled it. It was just like me trying to do the
struggle to write 10,000 words.
I struggled to write 10,000 words. I didn't get a chance to do it. I think whenever it's not a nano month, for some reason, when it's not a nano month, I'm like feeling more like, yeah, I can focus on that. But like for some reason, the pressure of nano makes me go like, I don't, you know what I mean?
Hey, Brooke, I'm doing another one in August. You can be my co-host.
I know. I was like, ooh, I can do another one in another month. So that makes me feel better. I wouldn't mind co-hosting. Do you do it on Twitter and stuff?
I do it on Twitter. I don't do it on YouTube because I get too distracted on YouTube.
Could I do a stream on YouTube?
Yeah, do whatever you want. Twitter's my choice, but if I have co-hosts that wanted to host somewhere else, then yeah. It's all about just getting people to write.
What day is that on?
It's on the 24th.
The 24th. Okay. I'm seeing Hamilton, I think, that week.
Oh, excuses.
No, not that week. Not that day, that week. I just remembered, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Cannot freaking wait for Hamilton.
So your 10K challenge made me feel much better about my 12-hour challenge fails. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm not going to always write 10K. Fanny, you already know when you host it. I figure it out month by month. I just know the August one is on the 24th. Do we have any questions? Because it's Q&A time. We could talk about Hamilton. I've never seen it.
Oh, I'm so excited. I've seen it kinda-ish. I saw it on YouTube whenever it was the original cast. It was like, okay, because they would always like upload the show on YouTube and then YouTube would take it down. Like they take down all these videos that like showed the entire show. And like I somehow watched one that was not taken down yet. So I had gotten to see like someone like recording from the stands. It was so amazing. And so now I get to see it in person. It's going to be different though, with a different cast. Sorry, I'm done. I love Hamilton. So.
See what Natalia put?
What did she say?
Someone asked a question, so we don't talk about Hamilton.
I don't know anything about Hamilton, so I'm just like silent with nothing to add.
Musical, that's all I know.
Yeah, that's all I know too.
Hold on. I'll make a reference to Hamilton and then I'll stop. Talk less, smile more. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, that was weird.
Sorry.
I don't know what that means.
That was in reference to me. That wasn't in you guys. Oh, that wasn't to you guys. That was in reference to me. Like, I saw Natalia's eyes go like, oh, okay. I promise that was like at me because you were like saying about Brooke from talking about Hamilton. So I was like, oh, this is a good reference. And then it just made me sound like a bitch, but whatever. I promise that was at me.
We have questions now, so you stop talking.
I feel like we put Brooke on the hot seat.
Oh my
I feel so bad, Natalia. You probably were like, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No, not at all. I just didn't understand the reference. You're like, I have a reference for you. And then in my head, I was like, oh no, what is she referencing? I don't get it.
No, it made me sound so bad because it sounded like I was telling you, talk less, smile more. That's from the musical, but I was going to direct it at me, but because you were saying let's not talk about Hamilton. Anyway, moving on. You know I wasn't anyway.
All right, we have a question from M. Marie. What is your favorite part about doing these live streams? I just like talking to you guys. I could care less about actually writing.
Yeah, I love talking to you guys, but also it really helps me get work done because it's like a set amount of time that I have to sit here and work, and that's really good for me. So I love that too.
Right.
My favorite part is talking to everybody. I always felt like I'm always like excited to do a sprint because then it's like, okay, I don't have to always be thinking of something clever to discuss or whatever and everything. But at the same time, it's like whenever the sprint is going, I'm like, when am I able to talk to people now?
Right.
Oh my God. Charlie Cummings says, April and July are camp, and November is Nano. October is Preptober. Do January, February, March, May, June, August, and December have any names? I've heard someone did something with like January.
Yeah,
NaNoWriMo.
it's NaNoWriMo, or for Natalia, NaNoWriMo.
Yes, everybody tried to correct me. They're like, "That's not how you say it," and I was like,
That's how I say
"That's how I say it."
You're like, this is what I want to do. I feel like from Pulling Bananas books started NaNoWriMo.
Yeah, totally. That's where I heard the word the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah, honestly, it's like after Christmas time, you're back into routine, and you're wanting to get writing back into routine too.
It's honestly better timing than November is, if you ask me.
For Americans, yes. We're busy with all of the holiday Thanksgiving stuff.
I can't believe I never do Nano well because of Thanksgiving. Here's an important question. What's your favorite ice cream?
Mint chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Ooh. Okay, I'm Moose Tracks. I really enjoy just anything that's like a vanilla base with little bits of stuff in it, hence Moose Tracks. But favorite genre to write. Ooh.
Fantasy.
/
paranormal. Anything with magic. So it's weird that I'm writing a Western right now with literally zero magic.
Interesting.
Huh?
That's same for me though too.
You're also fantasy?
Fantasy / paranormal / supernatural. Kind of just to where you're able to like, I feel like you just have like complete freedom in that type of genre.
That's true. Sometimes I do miss writing fantasy, and I do wonder if I'm going to go back to it, but I really don't know. I don't know what my favorite to write in is. So
I think I guess I'll take it kind of a step further than that, or I guess it's not really genre, but age group. I'm learning that I like writing adult way more than I like writing YA. But I feel like it's so tough because I feel like I'm writing new adult with the age of like Daisy and my characters, but that market is so tough.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Is the good news is you don't have a lot of competition because it's such a niche.
That's true.
But at the same time,
there's lots of people who are wanting new adult. It's just hard to find it, I guess.
Yeah.
True. Good point. I just have to learn how to like market it properly to find those people, you know?
Yeah, I gotta find them peeps. Doug is asking, is the August write-in on Twitch or Twitter? It's on Twitter. I don't know how to do Twitch.
Twitch. Is Twitch a streaming, or is it like a
just streaming? It's mostly gaming, but I think you can just do live streams if you want to.
Okay.
I'll
do one on that day. I think that'll be fun to do one on that day.
What?
The 10K day. You had said that I could co-host it with you.
But you have to, if you say you're gonna do it, I'm gonna make it legit and I'm gonna advertise.
I'll do it.
Okay.
It's the 24th.
Yes. Are we making it official?
Well, I need to double check because my brother's birthday is on the 27th.
All right.
But I think that should be fine for me to do a stream. I'd kind of like to do one in the morning.
Yeah, you can do it. I do it in the morning just because I don't like writing all day. So I try to wake up early and do it in the morning so I'm done by like 4 o'clock.
Yeah. And Jessie, come on. We're all joining the 10K thing. She's like, these 10K days are killing me.
I have enough.
Let's do them during the retreat.
I am so behind on comments. I didn't even see there were so many that came in. I'm still trying to go through all the questions. Janet asked, what's your first step for beta readers? You just find
I'll let that go to you all because I haven't done beta reading yet.
When I go for betas, so far I've only done betas through I've specifically gone up to people and asked them. I haven't gone searching, but I think I'm gonna do that for my next book where I'm gonna have a sign up form. That makes sense.
Yeah, what is your first? Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I do too. So, well, obviously the very, very first step is to edit your book because you don't want to give your betas
True.
like a super rough draft. So definitely editing the book first and making sure that it's clean for them because you do want to respect their time and try to give them something that's worthwhile.
Yeah, and
you just want to point out all these errors, and you're like, yeah, I know this type of
Right.
That's you don't want that to be the focus.
And then, of course, Mandi said setting up the like sign-up sheets. I've done that. And then I guess I would also add, know what you want to ask your betas beforehand. Like I'd say read through your book and do your edits and then make notes for yourself or questions to ask your betas so that they have some guidance while they're going through and reading your book for you.
I dread the beta process.
Also, I'd say have a timeline for your betas of when
you'd like
to be done.
And I've learned not a too strict deadline because, like, when I did betas for She's Not Here, I had a hard time because my deadline was so strict.
But I do feel like if you give a decent enough deadline, that makes it to where it's like, okay, I have this long, so I need to get going. Type of thing on it,
Oh, I didn't see Jessie wants to do a 10K during the retreat. I need to do that. I'm okay with that. I really
want to write during the retreat, like super hard.
Well, like I said, I plan on getting this first draft done by mid-September, the latest. So I got to get my butt moving. I'm less than 20,000 words right now. I feel like I was going somewhere before I got distracted. Cool.
What was Is there something I meant to ask you all?
Oh, sorry. Can I interrupt you because I just thought of it?
No, go ahead, for sure.
I liked what Brittany Wayne did for her beta. She gave it to them chapter by chapter because that really makes them like super accountable. Because all they have to do is read one chapter, give their feedback, one chapter, give feedback. I might actually try that out, even though it'll take longer. I feel like what I'll get out of it will be more quality because they're giving feedback on every single chapter instead of like the book as a whole.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to do it. I feel like that could be difficult though, because when I have people betaing for me, I want them to read the book as a whole. Because for Song of the Dryad, I did questions at the end of every single chapter, and I almost felt like it took readers out of the main story and put them in this mindset of like constantly breaking things down. Like, okay, I have to break down this chapter and answer these questions. And it was I found it very tedious and difficult to go through all of the answers. So for Pistol Daisy, I just did questions at the end so that readers really had the chance to like understand the story all together and all of its complexities and then answer my questions.
Yeah, because I've definitely had it where people they're like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, well, if you like read the next chapter, sometimes even the next paragraph, your answer will be your question answered.
Right.
I feel like so I've beta read like full 3 books for people. And I feel like that whenever I was beta reading, it was like, okay, this is a day I'm devoting to beta reading. So I feel like I got a lot of beta reading done. So I feel like I'd want to do at least, sometimes I feel like whenever I was beta reading for people, I liked reading like 2 to 3 chapters every time. So only reading 1 chapter. Sometimes if you do like 1 chapter a week, then you kind of already forgotten what all had happened previously in that book. So it's kind of hard to recollect your mind on certain events and stuff. So I kind of prefer it. I liked how Bethany did it, because I like Natalia where you say it's not taking your mind away from the reading by having questions after every chapter. I liked it where Bethany, she did maybe like every 3 or 4 chapters, then she would have questions for people to answer after
that. That'd be good too. Yeah, but that's another good point you make is that some authors deliver their books to their betas via small chunks of chapters. And personally, I don't like that at all. Like, I feel like I would just completely forget about the story. Like, if a week went by and I hadn't read anything, I'd be like, well, dang, I have to go back now.
Yeah, that's very true. I would especially be guilty of that.
It's tough. Like, I think it would be very difficult versus like just sitting down, like Brooke said, and being like, all right, today's Sunday, I'm going to read this book, and I'm going to read as many chapters as I can.
I love, especially, I think it was Stephen King in his memoir said that when he edits his stuff for the first time, he reads it all in one day and takes all of the information and then kind of like digests it and is like, okay, this is what I need to fix.
Mm-hmm.
Which I want to try, because so far when I edit, I like edit as I go, and then it takes me like months to edit. I want to just read through and take notes as I edit instead of editing it as I go.
Right, definitely.
It'd be really interesting to try and do that all within one day, because if something doesn't make sense, you are seeing it blatantly clear in that day that you're reading and stuff.
And then it's like I've so many times been like, oh, what happened in this chapter? And then I have to go back. It's like if you're reading it all in one day, which is also why I like the 10K writing challenges, because I notice when I write 10K in one day, I feel like I'm not repeating. Whereas even during these sprints that I just did, I was like, I think I might be repeating something I wrote earlier this week.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to see things that you, like, even descriptions. I feel like I'll use kind of somewhat similar or the same descriptions for like what a character's doing or something like that, to where it's easier to catch that way, rather than seeing it later on going, oh, did I use that already? I don't know. I'll leave it, you know?
Is there Kitty back there?
Yeah, that's Mew. She's going to eat her like 20th meal of the day. You know, some people have cats and they're like, oh, they're so low maintenance. You just give them dry food and leave. But like,
they're actually quite needy. I feel like they're needier.
Yeah, like you and Tifa, we could not just leave them. Like, we have to be here with them, like caring for them and feeding them like regularly all the time.
Because me and Phil do leave for the weekend, and we came back once, and he'll just whine for the next like few hours. Like I'll be standing right there, and he's just down. This second I touch him, he's fine. But if I'm not, yeah, he's like totally attached. Doug wants to know, how often do you send out emails to your mailing list? I probably do it about twice a month. I just do it when I have news. What about you guys? Have mailing list, right?
I do, but I need to get in a habit of at least doing it every quarter. That's my goal, is to try every quarter to send out something. But it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm still writing the same book.
I'm still editing it.
I don't really have anything new to report. And if I do report new news, I do it in my YouTube channel. So sometimes it's hard to be like, what else do I say that's different in my newsletter? So I need to get better at that.
I'm like way behind the times. I like set one up on MailChimp and made it look all nice and then never put it anywhere. So I have zero mailing list.
I was trying to think, I'm like, I feel like you guys have a mailing list, but I'm like, I don't think I'm subscribed. I'm like, wait, do you guys have one?
No, I have not released mine to the public. I need to do that very badly. That has been my goal for, I kid you not, 2 years. Since October of like 2017, that was my goal. And I started
doing my mailing list up until probably about last year is my biggest regret, because I've done so many book signings that I could have gotten people's info for. Blah blah blah. Danielle asked, do you get a proof copy from KDP or order a print from FedEx or Staples Printing? I'm thinking of getting.
I don't know how it does that.
Essence, because I didn't know what I was doing, I printed it through Staples. It's actually more expensive to print your book through Staples than it is just to get it through KDP.
Yep, I love the proof copies through KDP. Like, you can put a pretty cover on it, and it's so exciting to get an actual book.
Yeah.
And then it feels like a book. So you're reading it like a book, and it helps me to catch errors and edit my work, because it's not just like on, computer paper or on the screen. So that would be my recommendation for sure.
You can see like how thick the book is going to be. That way, if you like order it and then you realize, oh shoot, it's only like that thick, then you're like, I have some more writing to do.
Yep, definitely. That's a good point too. Like, it definitely gives you an idea of like, here's how the finished book is going to look, and then you can make edits from there.
Yeah.
I prefer doing that later. I just was kind of like, I don't want to do it because my first draft, it was just kind of all over the place, felt more like a zero draft. So I was just kind of like, I don't want to do that yet. I want it to be where it's a little bit more of like more precise, a little bit more feeling complete and whole and stuff. So I feel like I'll get that done in December time. It's to where it's like after NaNoWriMo has calmed down, then that will be something fun to look forward to and preoccupy myself with December.
I printed so many copies of Essence when I first, like, I have like Staples versions of Essence, and they're like this thick because it's like one-sided and like the big paper, and I have like 8 copies of those binding. And I keep them. I don't know why. I don't know if it's so I can read the first draft and be like, okay, I did improve it.
Real quick, I wanted to say, Fanny, with your stars, I've been trying to like earlier whenever, sorry you guys, I would just wanted to like point out, like, I don't know how to like tag you because like, how do you do that?
I had to copy and paste.
Oh.
Okay, because earlier whenever you all were writing and we're all just talking in the comments, I was like, I can't tag her. And so I was just like, how do I do that? And so I just wanted to like point out, like, I don't know how to do that, and I've tried, so I don't know.
Yeah, I just copied and pasted the star like right into the chat box, and then I could do it.
Okay, I'll have to remember that next time, because I was just like, ooh.
Guys, my mom's here.
Hi.
Woo! Hi, Mrs.
Charlie's asking, do you have your own publishing businesses so you can keep your rights, etc.? I do, but it's not, I mean, it's not necessarily for the rights.
Yeah, you keep your, I mean, as long as you're not publishing through like a traditional publishing house, you keep your rights either way.
Yeah, I do it for taxes.
I think I know what Charlie's meaning, because I feel like some people said that like doing it through, is CreateSpace a thing anymore?
No,
I remember with CreateSpace, people were like saying how like right issues were something like that back then, maybe.
Well, that's more of like, if I'm right in thinking that this is what you're talking about, that's more of an ISBN issue, because because like KDP will provide you with an ISBN, but if you do that, if you've never bought ISBNs before, when you buy a batch of ISBNs, there is a like it's a chunk of different numbers, and there's a specific number that will always be assigned to you. So since I have Enchanted Ink Publishing, there's like a code of numbers that will always be Enchanted Ink Publishing, no matter whose book it is. So if you publish through KDP and you use their ISBN, you're getting that not CreateSpace, that KDP chunk of numbers in your ISBN. So there's still like the publishing imprint of that book.
Yeah, because if you actually look on Amazon, so like the original copies of the Essence and I Am Mercy, before I republished them, I had done it through CreateSpace because I didn't even buy ISBNs. It actually said CreateSpace was the publisher.
Right, and I think that's probably what Charlie was meaning, like, is that what you all get, like, your publishing houses for?
Yeah.
That's why I was
there are some complications if you publish your book through, like, CreateSpace or now KDP. If you were to ever, like, need to take control of the rights for, like, expanded, I don't know, like an audiobook, a movie deal, whatever. I think there's a little bit of complications for that. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, so that's a really good question. And Brooke, I'm glad that you kind of clarified that.
Yeah, because I was just kind of like, I know I've heard what he's kind of referencing to, because I've always thought the same thing of like, you still have it to where it's like yours, but then it's always like, well, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Any other questions?
We let this Canadian in.
Yeah, I don't know if we let that Canadian in.
I keep being mean at Dusty.
What a weirdo.
Oh, that is cool that she doesn't have to pay for ISBNs. Very interesting. Charlie, I'm so sorry. Charlie's a girl. I do that all the time. But I'm sorry. I think if you had the profile picture, it would be like, oh, Charlie's a woman. Sorry, Charlie.
When's the next stream? Whose channel is it on next? Is it Brooke?
I guess I'll come in.
Brooke is also, Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, technically, Brooke is having a live stream
Yes.
just by herself on her channel at the end of the month. If you guys want to go on that one.
You didn't invite us.
It's well, you were unavailable for a lot of the last part of July.
I'm available like tomorrow.
But yeah, I have one the very last day of Camp NaNoWriMo. That just happened to work out where my normal Wednesday schedule is on the nighttime, the last day of camp. So that's at 7:30 though, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time if you all wanted to do that one. And I guess next one that we'll all do together, I guess it will be in August, but I don't know what date yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't planned that yet, but we'll let you guys know when we do, and make sure to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter to like make sure that you're getting all the updates.
Yeah. And Fanny, the next one that I do at 5 a.m., I think it's like August 7th. No, it's not. I think it's August 11th. Let me look up that real quick. Sorry, guys. Hold on one sec. I feel like it's August 11th the next time I do. Oh, no. Hold on. It's 14th. Mm-hmm. August 14th is whenever I'll do my 5 a.m. writing sprints, if you all were wanting to do that.
Ooh, I sleep at that time. I'm awake, but I'm getting ready for work. Ooh, I heard that. Oh. My God.
Natalia, I think that's your cue to go feed your kitties.
I think it is. Greg's like, Keepa, stop.
I don't hear Greg. That's funny.
Cat's louder than Greg. That's
right.
why.
Yeah, he is. He totally is.
All right. So I guess with that, with the meowing, we'll wrap this up.
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Like I think Natalia was saying, just keep an eye on our social media to know when the next stream is. Otherwise, keep writing for Camp NaNoWriMo and enjoy your weekend.
Yay!
Woo! That was fun, everybody. Hope you have a good night.
Bye, everybody.